Operator Sam is back, baby, and I'm here to drop some knowledge on you. Pew pew! Now that North Korea is in the Olympics, the media is having a field day. The New York Times is saying that Vice President Pence's statement about North Korea being extremely dangerous and tyrannical is just too much at the Olympics. And the Olympics aren't supposed to be political. But in the same article, they state, since the North Koreans are now a part of the Olympics, would it kill off the US to lessen up on some of these sanctions of North Korea? You just contradicted yourself in the same article. Some media outlets are saying that because the North Korean dictator's sister is so fantastic, that if there was an event for diplomatic dance, she would take gold. Yeah, she's probably had practice dancing around the millions of mines in the DMZ, meant to keep her people from defecting to the South. This woman is the head of their propaganda and agitation department. Don't you think this might have been thought out as a political play, New York Times? She's suggested to be the most powerful person under Kim Jong-un. The Olympics aren't supposed to be political. Let's talk about that. Want to know how long politics has played a part in the Olympics? Since it came back to the world stage in 1896. In the early 1900s, women were allowed in the Olympics, and a lot of countries didn't like that, so they boycotted it. As recent as 2012, Saudi Arabia was threatened to be removed from the games if they didn't start bringing in female athletes. During the Cold War in 1980, the Russians sure didn't want to come to LA, and we returned the favor in 1984 by not going to Moscow. In 1936, Ireland didn't want Northern Ireland to be a part of their team. They wanted to be separate. In 1956, a whole bunch of countries boycotted because of Russia's invasion of Hungary. China refused to compete from 1956 to 1984. Because Taiwan was recognized and allowed to participate in the games. Do you think the Olympics were a little political when it was held in Germany and Adolf Hitler was in charge? Huh? I'm pretty sure Jesse Owens' iconic image of him standing like this was political. Do people really think that a female team of North and South Koreans is really gonna change the political climate over there? Make the two of those countries play nice? I've been in middle school dodgeball games where I didn't talk to good friends of mine for a week because it got so heated. And you think one game is gonna bring these two together? North Korea tries to assassinate South Korea's president almost annually. But it seems as though people have forgotten how bad North Korea actually is, so let me throw some facts at you. North Korea currently has 6 political prisons that we know about, with over 175,000 political prisoners. Do you know that 40% of them die from malnutrition? 10,000 a year. And if they're caught stealing food or trying to escape, they're executed. When Kim Jong-un took power in 2011, over 340 high-ranking officers were assassinated or executed. Did you know that if North Korean women go to China, get pregnant, and then get brought back, that they have forced abortions, which include full-term births, where then the baby is born and killed. Oftentimes, these babies are left in boxes or buried alive. How soon we forget the President's State of the Union address, where a North Korean defector was sitting in the crowd, holding onto the crutches, which he used to wade over a river into China, go through the Laotian jungle, and then end up in Thailand. Oh, did I mention he only has one leg and one arm? That he was tortured for 20 days? That his father was tortured and killed and his attempt to escape? But they're in the Olympics, so no big deal. How about the US student that was imprisoned in North Korea for 15 months because he decided to take a propaganda poster home? Oh, he came back home in a vegetative state because he'd been tortured. He couldn't even talk, see, or walk. He died a week after coming home. The world needs to realize that just because it's horrible and it makes you feel uncomfortable doesn't make it any less true.